Hey, thanks for stopping by Mystic Messages. I hope everyone's doing well today. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, glad to have you back. Today, when I was doing my meditation, a couple of flashes came through my head, and I guess the divine realms wanted me to pass this on along to a few people. I should have mentioned it before, but these messages are timeless. I'm still new working with this type of medium, so it's a learning curve for me, so please understand and please forgive me for that. All these messages are timeless, and when it finds you, this is when it was meant to find you. These messages won't be for everyone, and as always, if it don't apply, let it fly. You're always welcome to come back for the next one. And at any rate, it's good to see everyone here. I hope everyone is doing great. Today's message is about someone out there or a group in the collective that is really, 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 really struggling with their faith. And the divine has given me a few things that he wanted me to put out there to help subside those feelings, to help you to see the miracles in the everyday ordinary. The purpose of these messages today are to hopefully bring people back to their divine path. There's a lot of evil out there right now that's trying to deter us from our course. Unfortunately, a lot of times the evil works through people who are close to us, such as family members, close friends, using their bodies as a vessel to discourage us. And that's when we have to remain the strongest. That's why it's very important when you're doing this type of work to, remain anonymous for a while, so that way you can get the word out effectively without the noise from others around you trying to interfere with the voice of the divine, who's trying to guide those who are seeking a better existence and a closer relationship with God. There are going to be two additional links at the end in the description box, which the divine would like those who are interested to just check out, take a look at, and just see for themselves that he's showing you, he, she, whoever that is, whoever the divine is, that they do exist. That we've been getting plenty of signs and signals through the years, and people have been ignoring them and dismissing them because that's what we were taught to do. We were taught not to believe what we see, but believe what we're told. And when we start to do that, we lower our vibration and we become a slave to those who want to use us for their betterment. Okay? Now think about that for a second. When we were growing up, we were told there's no such things as ghosts, there's no such things as spirits. I mean, especially particularly myself, since I was a child, I've been experiencing my psychic abilities even before I knew what they were. I used to see spirits and whatnot, and I used to get in trouble a lot for being afraid going to my parents. And, when you grew up in the 70s, it wasn't like today where, parents understood, you were just told to cut the nonsense, go to bed, and there's no such thing as what you see. So we learned from an early age that what our reality wasn't true, but what we were told was the reality. And it's actually the opposite. And so teaching us to get back on track with accepting our reality for how we see it in our own individuality is where we should be if we're, looking to move forward into the next dimension, into a higher vibration on a positive note. Getting back to the information that the divine is putting out there that people are capturing on everyday video. There's two particular videos that I want to share with everyone. One was captured by the new telescope that they just put in the air, and it was actually called, if I remember correctly, I have to check, the creation, the hand of God, I think it was called. And now, when you saw this, when you look at this image, you are going to notice something that looks like an arm and a hand, and it's creating a new galaxy. Okay, I don't know how, and maybe you can leave something in the comments for me because in this image, I not only see a hand and an arm, I actually see an entire profile, which is the strangest thing. And only a few people see this profile. After I showed people and pointed it out, they were able to see the profile as well. So I don't know why this wasn't caught or why. I guess because the darkness, this is where it shows where the darkness is trying to keep us blind to the reality of the existence of an afterlife or a divine being. It all starts with that. By keeping us in doubt, by keeping us in fear. Okay? That's how they control us. That's how we will remain in this system if we don't learn how to get out of it. It's really not that. I guess you know what? I don't want to say it's not difficult because it is difficult to go down this path. It's not easy to have to remain conscious every day, to do good things. Okay, I mean, I do. I try to do my best to be the best person that I can be, but I'm not perfect. Okay, I'm still human. There still is a human side of me. I do get angry, even though I am very spiritual. I'm very connected with the divine. Doesn't mean I don't get angry at things. I just choose to handle them differently now. Instead of blowing up, I choose to express and try to motivate and try to encourage and try to educate. But there's only so much I can do. And if a person is not willing, you have to learn to walk away. And that was the most difficult thing, especially when you're on this path. When you start to realize that when you follow this path and things start to work out in your direction, you just want to share it with everyone, to get everyone else on this path. But we have to remember we can't do that. We're not going to get everyone to believe. But this message today is specifically will be found by those who are doubting. I promise you, if you take a look at these images, the divine has told me anyone who sees these images will be brought back to their faith. They will honestly see that there is something beyond this physical world. There really is. We just have to look for it. We have to look for it in the everyday. We have to look for it in the ordinary. And we have to learn to see with our own eyes and not see what people tell us to see, but see and know in our heart because we have the answers. If you set yourself out and take time for the divine through meditation, through prayer, eventually you will start to get answers. It's not going to happen overnight. It's something that you have to be consistent with. Also, if you are having a calling, you need to try your best to fulfill that calling because that's the only way the divine is going to be able to make a change in your life. It's the only way. There is no other way. It works hand in hand. It's all about vibration. I mentioned this before. So you want to get on the same vibration as the divine in order to make progress. And now this is not done to punish us. This is done to show us that we have the ability to do anything with the knowledge that source is behind us. And again, use me as the example. I never thought I'd be doing this ever in my life. Never. I really didn't. I struggled with this. I really did. I struggled. I don't know. I can't even tell you how much I struggled because I really didn't want to do this. But now that I'm doing this, I actually feel like it's a positive thing for me, and hopefully it's a positive thing for others because it has given me courage that I didn't have before to put myself out there by taking a leap of faith, following the divine blindly, which I'm telling you now is the hardest, scariest thing to do in your life because it seems illogical because we live in a world that's based on logic. And that's why those who watch this video today and look at the two posts that I placed in the description box will be amazed at how their inside will change and their spirit will lighten. Okay? Now, for some people, no matter how much proof there is, it'll never be enough. And that's okay. It's cool. But if you get a closer connection with the divine, you will begin to understand and you will gain a discernment of what is true and what isn't. But that takes work, it takes motivation, and it takes action. If we want things, we have to get the ball rolling to work with the divine. In order for the divine to work out things for us, things have to be put into place. So there's certain things that we have to do to make sure we're going to meet the divine halfway to get us to the place that we want to be. Okay, I'm going to leave you at that today. I want to thank everyone for subscribing. You really mean a lot to me, and more than you know, actually, because you guys give me the encouragement to move forward. I'm glad to have you with me on this journey, and hopefully, we are going to make a lot of progress together. Okay. And I want everyone to take care. Have a great day, great night, wherever you are, and we'll talk again soon. Take care.